Can you tell me the meaning of epistemology? What do you understand by this term, epistemology?
Yeah.
Yes.
Epistemology is the branch of philosophy which answers our questions related to the scope and acquiring of knowledge.
Very good. Very good. So I think you were attentive at the time of that MA trainee was teaching. Okay.
Yeah.
Epistemology. Epistemology is pronounced in two ways. Epistemology we can say, and epistemology also we can say. A and E. Both the words, both the pronunciations are fine and accepted. So epistemology or epistemology you can pronounce in that way. So let's move ahead. It is correctly said by uh, Nirjari that this particular term is associated with, or it is related with knowledge, the study of knowledge we can say. And in this particular topic we are going to deal with its brief concept. First of all, philosophy. Philosophy we discussed in the last semester, but here it is very important to discuss about philosophy before we learn about epistemology, because it is basically a branch of philosophy. And when we discuss about epistemology, we should know what is philosophy. If you have forgotten about philosophy, you will be able to know about it in today's session. So first of all, the concept of philosophy, then branches of philosophy, very just the names I will notify here, and epistemology as a branch of philosophy, its meaning, concept, and discussion as well as questions. So moving ahead, what is philosophy that we discussed last year in the last semester? It is called as darshan shastra. It's a name by Indian terminology. In Indian terminology we name it as darshan shastra. Why darshan? Darshan means to see something, okay, which makes us to see something. So that is darshan shastra, Sanskrit word for philosophy it is used. Then it is named as science of knowledge. Don't forget about this. We must know the basic concept of philosophy. That's why these are some of the important statements we should know. What is philosophy? If anyone asks you, then just tell him it's a science of knowledge, nothing else. Okay, a small concept, a small meaning is there for philosophy, science of knowledge. And when verbally someone else asks you, then it has two different words, phila and sophia. Phila means to love and sophia means wisdom. So love for wisdom is a verbal terminology, verbal definition. And as we have seen that most of the words in English are derived from Greek and Latin language. So in the same way, this particular word philosophy is also derived from Greek words philia and sophia. Then moving ahead, philosophy is the oldest science of the world through which we see or receive the knowledge of reality. What is the reality? Okay, the knowledge, the study of reality we do by philosophy, with the help of philosophy. So then next to it, philosophy is not merely a bookish knowledge but the result of logical thinking and contemplation. So logically we think, we describe our ideas, we express our ideas on the basis of our understanding. And why, how we do it? By logical thinking only. And as a result, it can be derived. And the last five sentences you can see here, it is also a way of life. Sometimes our thinking, our attitude towards our life, that is our own philosophy. So that is very basic and initial idea or definition we can say of philosophy. So it is very simple, but sometimes the philosophy word, the term, makes it difficult for us, that it is very big word. How can we define philosophy? But it is nothing like that. It is just the way of life. It is science of life, science of living the life, logical thinking, nothing else. So as we uh, discussed earlier also, I can just read it out. It is a search for truth and reality. It is based on inquiry about life and existence. Okay, we just inquire about life. Then it is an attempt to answer the ultimate questions of life. What is life? what is universe, how it exists. Okay, so many things are there. Then it is a conceptual rather than practical activity. That is important. Philosophy is just the logical thinking, not a practical activity. In science, in general science, we see practical activities also, but in philosophy we cannot see, we are not able to see practical activity. Okay, only the concepts are there, only the thinking is there. So that's why it is dealing with the mind, the thinking. So here in the next one you can see the branches of philosophy. Three important and major branches are there. Apart from these branches you can see more other branches also dealing with philosophy, but here I have enlisted three important ones. First of all, metaphysics and epistemology, then axiology. So these three are there. Metaphysics is the nature of reality, existence of human being. It deals with the existence of all of us. Okay, how human being is existing, what is the logic behind it, that it talks about. Then epistemology, it is a theory of knowledge, study of knowledge, how knowledge works, what are the sources of knowledge, what are the types of knowledge, that is the thing it is dealing with. Then axiology is a study of values in human life, which values we are following, okay, in our own life. That is about that is dealt by axiology. So this is just for your knowledge. I have enlisted its brief meaning here. Let's discuss about epistemology, our main topic. The study of the nature of knowledge and how it is attained and evaluated. That is its basic definition. Okay, it is the study of nature of knowledge. How is the knowledge and how it can be attained by us and how it can be evaluated, whether we have attained proper knowledge, appropriate knowledge or not, enough knowledge or not, whether we are having enough knowledge for our life or not. Okay, so why we are teaching, why we are dealing with all these things as a teacher? As a teacher, we should know what kind of knowledge we must have as a teacher, what kind of content we must have, how can we acquire that knowledge for our betterment of our teaching. That's why we are discussing this topic. So some basic and typical questions are discussed in epistemological philosophy. These questions are outlined here. You can see, you can read it out. First of all, what if knowledge and how does it differ from belief and opinion? So it was discussed by that ma'am also, and we will discuss it. And we have so many subtopics in this particular unit. So in the second topic we'll discuss about the sources and beliefs and opinion and its association with the knowledge also. Then what is truth and how can we know if a statement is true? Okay, what is the truth? How can we define the truth? And how can we tell that, how can we assert that this statement I have spoken right now is true or false? So that is the logical thinking dealing with the epistemological philosophy. Then what are the sources of knowledge, that we will discuss in the second subtopic. So these are the major questions dealing with epistemology. Epistemology is in one way a synonym, a big synonym for knowledge also. Moving ahead to its concept and meaning, when we discuss about its terminology, it has two Greek words in it, episteme and logos. Epistemology. So episteme meaning knowledge and understanding, and logos meaning study of. So study of knowledge and understanding, that is epistemology. That is its terminology, verbal terminology, that you can write down in your answer. Okay, when it is asked as a question that what is the concept of epistemology, first of all start with its verbal definition, then after its logical definition, practical definition we can say, then after yes just outline the conceptual statements, whatever understanding on your side. It is there, just outline. So episteme and logos, two Greek words are there. Then it means the study of the nature, source and validity of knowledge. That is its practical definition. It studies nature, source and validity of knowledge. What is the nature of knowledge? What kind of form is there for the knowledge? Can we see it? No, we cannot see it. It is in abstract form. It is there in the books. It is there in the online mode. So it is abstract, but its abstractness is somewhere defined or described in the form of books, in the description. And sources, we can define the sources are books, magazines, media. So many things are there from where we can acquire the knowledge, we can attain the knowledge for our life. And what is its validity? Today's knowledge can be invalid for tomorrow. It may happen. Fine. So knowledge is always updated. Every day it is updating by the people, by the educationists, by the experts, by the people like us. So what is its validity? So that we will discuss further also in the subtopics. But it is the definition of epistemology, that it is a study of nature, source and validity of knowledge. Three important things we have to keep in mind: nature, source and validity. Don't forget these things. Then ahead, in education, it is curriculum and instruction, or content and method, that we should know. We must know that why we are studying this epistemology, because epistemology or the knowledge is a base of curriculum. How we will make the curriculum, how we will construct the curriculum. If we don't know the knowledge, the sources of knowledge, the nature of knowledge, we must know before, we must know the nature, source and validity of knowledge. Then after only we can construct the curriculum, the instructional equipments, tools, material. Instruction here is not in the sense of giving instructions to the students, but instruction in the sense of teaching learning process in the classroom. Okay, so instruction and curriculum is determined by epistemological knowledge. Okay, then content and method is determined by these things, epistemology and knowledge, its nature and sources. So after knowing this particular concept, we can be able to construct our own syllabus. Sometimes see friends, curriculum here I am not telling in the broad sense. Okay, national level curriculum is different thing, but sometimes when any particular topic is there, for example, prepare a need based curriculum for the people living around you. Okay, or prepare a need based curriculum for the uh, clerks, or prepare a need based curriculum for the librarian, for the peons. Okay, so such type of curriculum, when we are able to do it, when we know the sources of knowledge that can be helpful to prepare that curriculum. So curriculum is based on that particular type of nature and source of knowledge. Then content and method, the same way. Then in between, if you feel any confusion, you can ask me in between. Okay, then moving ahead, epistemology, concept and characteristics. Some of the conceptual statements I have derived here, some of the things you can see here underlined. Explanation of how we think. What does epistemology do? It explains by its logical description, logical analysis, that how we think every day. Then after, what we think, is there any logic behind whatever we are thinking, and whatever we are thinking, can we able to make it in practice, put it in practice in our classroom. So that is the concept, how we think is described by epistemology, explained by it. Then philosophers called it the original philosophy. Why it is an original philosophy? Can you tell me? As we have seen that four different branches are there, but this particular branch is very famous as well as popular, and it is named as the original philosophy by the philosophers. Why? Tell me about it if you know.
Because it explains how we think.
Yes.
So that is, I think, the very basic thing. So it is called original
Yes,
philosophy.
because philosophy is based on thinking, nothing else, our thinking. So when we say about how we think every day and what are the expressions about all the things surrounded by us, okay, so that thinking, that particular process of thinking is defined here only by epistemology. Okay, so epistemology is actually helping other branches also to think about philosophy. So here it is an original philosophy. Uh, Please remember this particular statement because it is very important. It may be asked in this uh, TET or TAT exam sometimes, because in the first section they may ask such questions from philosophy as well as from psychology. They are including such questions. So what is the important or original branch of philosophy? So you must write epistemology, you must select that option. And friends, such questions are asked. I have that experience, that's why I'm telling. So and another question they may ask that which particular branch of philosophy is the study of knowledge. Okay, so that such important things we have to keep remembering. So it is an original philosophy. Then moving ahead, it is dealing with the production of knowledge as well as skepticism. What is skepticism? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is skepticism?
Skepticism is a habit of asking questions.
Very good, very good. So habit of asking questions. When you ask question, when we have a doubt, okay, when we have a doubt, then only we ask question. Otherwise we are not asking questions to anybody. So to clear our doubt we ask questions. So such kind of that word is used for that, skepticism. When you have that particular skepticism in your mind, then only you ask questions and you clear your doubt, and then only the production of knowledge happens. Okay, fine. So production of knowledge is based on skepticism on your side. So this particular branch of philosophy is dealing with production of knowledge also. So another third important thing we can remember, production of knowledge. Then study of knowledge, important and major concept here, characteristics also we can say. Study of knowledge, it is how we acquire knowledge every day. Just a second. Okay, the battery was going down of my laptop. So how we acquire knowledge, what are the sources and which types are there for knowledge, and which important type of knowledge we should know first, then after other rest of the types we have to know. Okay, so is there any are there any steps for these types to know of knowledge, and which are the sources? So all these things are covered in one particular thing, and that is the study of knowledge. Okay, so one article we can say, one bunch of things we can say. First of all, how to acquire knowledge and what are the important steps for that, sources, types. Then in sources we can mention medias and books and magazines, and by discussion with other people. Okay, by from the teachers, from your friends, from peers. So many sources are there from where we can acquire knowledge. So all these things are studied here in this branch, epistemology. That's why it has its important characteristic as study of knowledge it is. Then moving ahead, which are the means of knowledge information? So means of knowledge that we already talked about, the sources, the mediums. Okay, so it is once again another characteristic. Then it includes concepts, logical reasoning, thoughts, ideas, memories, emotions, and all mental things. All the things that which are associated with our mind, mental activity, logic, thinking. So all these things are included in epistemology. That is its characteristic also, and it is also its concept. Sometimes concept and characteristics are working as synonyms. Friends, am I audible? Hello, friends,
Sir,
am I audible?
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir, you are audible, sir.
There
sir,
was one
audible.
interruption. Yes, yes. There was one little interruption, I think. It is MS Teams. That's why. Hmm. Sometimes following the tradition is also important for MS Teams to interrupt in between. So uh, what we were talking about, yes, inclusions in epistemology. So concepts, logical reasoning, thoughts, ideas, memories, emotions, and all the other mental things. So it is one characteristic. And I was telling that don't be confused in the exam paper that if they have asked the characteristics, you can write the concept also in the characteristics. But just outline there that the characteristics of epistemology are as below, okay, or as follows. You have to write there. Okay, then after you can analyze the characteristics. Then sometimes they may ask features of epistemology. So in that also you can mention the same things. Okay, so concept, characteristics, features, sometimes principles, whatever they may ask, you have to write these characteristics. They will not ask the relation between epistemology and education. They will not ask because it is not in the syllabus. Okay, but if something is asked like that, don't be confused. Just use your mind, use your intelligence, and just answer. But don't be confused. Don't leave the answer, the question. So moving ahead, the last one, it is concerned with how our mind is related to reality and whether this relationship is valid or invalid. So that is regarding the discussion on the aspects of knowledge, how it is connected with the reality of life. So epistemology discusses this thing, whether the knowledge is related to our life or not. Okay, and whether it is valid or invalid. Today's knowledge is valid for today, but tomorrow it will be invalid. Okay, for example, COVID-19 is going on. Okay, it is in the full form right now, COVID-19. So sometimes we tell that these are the characteristics of COVID-19. These are the symptoms. In medical term, we can say symptoms. So today's symptom of COVID-19 may not be valid after 6 months, because right now we can see that new strain is there for COVID-19. New strain, and this new strain is not having any kind of fever in person or any kind of cold or cough in any person. Sometimes without symptoms, COVID is there in any person. Okay, we have examples. So the knowledge which we were having for COVID-19 about its symptoms before 1 year, it is invalid right now. In somewhat way, it is invalid. What is valid knowledge right now? Right now, COVID can be there in anybody without any symptom, or it has symptoms like body ache or headache. Okay, so such symptoms are there, new symptoms are there. So that is one example for this relationship of knowledge with the validity or invalidity today or for tomorrow and today. Then some more statements for this concept. Without epistemology, we cannot think. So we must have this epistemology, knowledge, logical thinking. Epistemology is what? Theory of knowledge, logical thinking, study of knowledge. So we must have the study of knowledge, how we should acquire knowledge, that we should know, then only we can think. By determining a proper method of evaluation, we determine the truth from false. So we must know the knowledge, we must know the aspects, the important things for anything. Then only we can define or determine the truth from the false things. And the proper evaluation we should know, how we should evaluate, how we should examine the things. Okay, by logical thinking only. We think about something and we came to know that it is valid or invalid, it is true or false, then only we can know. So method of evaluation is important here. Then our senses are valid and it is the only way to gain information about the world. Reason is our only method of gaining knowledge and acquiring understanding. So reason, once again, very important term we have, reason behind anything. Because as we say in Gujarati, there is one word, કાર્ય કારણનો સંબંધ. કોઈ પણ કાર્ય છે તેને કોઈ કારણ છે. Purposefulness, we can say. There must be a purpose behind anything. So if you have your reason to know something, then only you will know, otherwise you will let it go. Okay, so reason is the only method or technique for gaining the knowledge and acquiring that, the understanding behind that. So our senses are important here, our senses are going to help us here to know that particular thing and evaluate that particular thing if it is valid or invalid. Then last one, logic is our method of maintaining consistency within our set of knowledge. So logic is once again important method here after reason to maintain that consistency of knowledge. Okay, whatever we know, we have to maintain that consistency with the use of our logical thinking. Okay, friends, these are the important conceptual statements. Let's repeat it one by one. First of all, we can say that how we think, it is explained by epistemology. It is one characteristic, also a concept. Then it is an original philosophy as defined by many philosophers in the world. Then it is dealing with the production of knowledge as well as skepticism. Then study of knowledge, it defines how to acquire knowledge, what are the sources of knowledge, what are the means of knowledge. Okay, then which are the means of knowledge, information we have. Then it is including concepts, logical reasoning, thoughts, ideas, memories, emotions, and all the mental activities and things. Then it is concerned with how our mind is related to reality, its relationship, whether it is valid or invalid. That relationship is concerned with epistemology. Then without epistemology we cannot think, because evaluation is also important, examining is also important, whether it is true or false. Then reason and logic, two important methods. First one is to gain the knowledge, then second one is to maintain the consistency of knowledge. Okay, so these are the important things we came to know today, we discussed today. These two questions are important, not more than two, I should mention, because basically this is very simple topic. Define epistemology in brief, they may ask. In short, they may ask. Discuss epistemology in brief, they may ask. So whatever format is there for the question, for this concept and meaning, you can write the points that we discussed, the definition we discussed, the verbal definition we discussed, that we write. Then second one is elaborate the concept of epistemology in short, that concept we discussed earlier. So friends, here I end the session. You may ask your questions and queries. Then after we may join our lunch. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank
If